Today's video, we're going to talk about TikTok Shop ads. Promoting a TikTok Shop with the ad program that TikTok has and gives you to do it with. How to use these video shop ads to make a bundle or a whole pile of money. So a TikTok Shop with no TikTok Shop ads is like trying to put a billboard up in the middle of a desert. It's not going to do anything until you start advertising it. Now, of course, you can do this organically with affiliates and whatnot there. But where the real magic comes is when you figure out an effective video that you can then advertise to your target demographic on TikTok, assuming you are in a market where you've got customers on TikTok in the first place, because a lot of people don't even get that part right. But if you have customers there, and especially if you see your competitors selling on TikTok, they have shops, you're pretty much going to be assured that TikTok ads or TikTok Shop ads are going to work really well for you. You can employ these methods that I'm going to share on this video here, where I've taken the opportunity of running the TikTok Shop ads to the nth level to be able to make tons of money with it. And I'm going to give you those tips so you can make the same money, same kind of money that this mole removal product company that I got as far as a case study to share with you here was getting with their ads. And I'm going to go over exactly how we got it for their company so you understand types of things that are going to work specifically just as well for your business as well. Why TikTok shops to begin with, by the way? Because there's a whole debate going on right now about should I use a TikTok shop or should I use a Shopify store? TikTok shops are going to be useful for you if you're going to try to get customers from TikTok because it converts better, or better than sending people to a Shopify store when running any kind of TikTok advertising. Why is that? Because people trust TikTok shops more than a Shopify store. Even though they shouldn't care, in theory, it doesn't make sense why they would trust TikTok shops more than a Shopify store. I can tell you that they do, and they're going to convert like 2 to 3 times as well as sending them to your Shopify store from a TikTok ad of some sort. So if you are going to advertise on TikTok, it makes sense to set up your store for where you drive that traffic from in general. So know that up front. Now that you know this, now I'm going to give you the steps on how to advertise that TikTok shop using TikTok Shop ads, and specifically the video shop ads, to make a whole pile of money for your business. So first of all, the 3 key things that the advanced strategies that you need to know if you're going to end up doing this for your own business and making a lot of money for yourself is the first thing you're going to want to do, or you anything, spend a single dollar on ads, is to check all your competitors' ad libraries on all the platforms, as well as all their organic content. So if you weren't aware already, most of you guys that watch this channel are, you can see all your competitors' ads running by their libraries on Facebook, TikTok. You should audit all their ads, specifically their video ads, see which ones are likely working the best for them, and potentially just model your own TikTok Shop ad after that. But also, of course, review their organic content, particularly on TikTok, because if that organic content works well for them on TikTok, it's going to work great as far as an ad. And I would rely on that more than a video ad that they're running on Facebook, because things that work on TikTok are unique to what works well on Facebook and so forth. So you're going to run a deep audit on everything video-wise that's already pulling well in your market. If you have the opportunity to do it, you're not the first one doing what you're doing in your market. Then, once you've done that and gotten that out of the way, you're going to create 10 to 20 versions of a video shop ad that you're going to run, and then, of course, advertise them. Now, ultimately, so if you find out top longest running ad that your competitor has is an ad that shows, it's a UGC influencer style ad, and it shows a before and after of that influencer, and that's what works best. So what you're going to ultimately do in order to really make this work is you're going to have to make 10 or 20 versions of that same ad. 10 or 20 different influencers, male versus female, old versus young, people with an accent, no accent. Why? Because more than likely, the one best version of that ad is going to work at least twice as well as the worst version of that ad. So you don't want to go in just trying to be cheap and just picking any random influencer to do your UGC ad. And of course, if you're talking about other types of ads, it's the same thing. Small details on your video ad will make huge differences in your results, such as if you have highlighting, dark lighting. Ultimately, even the volume in which the narrator is speaking, whether you have captions or not. All these factors matter. So your best bet would be to do 20 versions, even though though it's more expensive to do that because you're ultimately paying twice as much for conversion long-term because you didn't want to spend an extra $5,000 to make 20 versions of this ad up front, isn't going to do you any favor, ultimately. So know that up front. Then third, make sure your TikTok shop listings have highly descriptive keywords and competitor names for best results. So similar to how Facebook's algorithm works in terms of their customer matching, it's gotten to the point on Facebook where you don't have to know anything about targeting. If you are very descriptive in the text that is on your Facebook ad, they'll understand how to get your ad in front of the right person. TikTok with their TikTok shop ads is exactly the same way. Not as good as Facebook's algorithm, but for the most part, it works the same way. And then with that, so there's two different keywords you want to interlace within your listing in the description. That is, so if you are selling mole removal cream, you want to put in there keywords like remove mole, how to remove mole, stuff that would also tie into what your product does. Also, just other synonyms of a way to describe that product. So instead of mole removal cream, mole removal powder, mole removal device, and get all those in there as well. Now, it's going to be hard to do that without making your listing still look junky at the end of the day, but this is what most of your results are going to be predicated on how good of a job you do putting these keywords in there. It makes that big of a difference. Not to mention, you're going to want to put your competitors' keywords in there. So if your mole removal competitor is named Frankie's mole removal cream, you're going to want not Frankie's mole removal cream in that description at the bottom, embedded in there, because the algorithm is going to be able to get your ad as a result of that in front of the person who's recently searched on the search bar on TikTok for Frankie's mole removal cream. So all those keywords go into your placement in the feed stream of who sees that video ad ultimately. So the better job you do with this, the better your ads are going to run. And for that matter, it makes so big of a difference, in fact, that you should actually test tweaking your descriptions as well. For that matter, you're going to, instead of you'll embed, let's say 50 keywords in your description in a way that's tactful. At some point, if you're not getting the results you want or you're plateaued, you should try, instead of putting those 50 in there, switch it up. Do 10 new ones and see what happens with your results. It's a really good way to amplify your results and do testing once you got up and going. Similar to that, your video ad script is also going to be scanned by TikTok's algorithm as for what I noticed. So you also want to embed in the video script different keywords as well. Even though that's tough to do and a lot challenging all around to do that, which is why you want to modify your product description to get the keyword data in there. But you could modify the video script, and the video script itself is going to have heavier weighting as to where your ad shows up. Similar to, like with a Google ad campaign, you're running shopping ads, the product title, Google's going to use that for placement of your ad more than they are going to use the description. That's how their algorithm's set up. So the video itself is more important than the description on a product listing itself. So know that going in. So with all that said, I'm going to get into this mole removal product case study. We ran 4 different types of video ads or shop ads, video shop ads. So you could see what the difference in the amount of clicks we were able to get with the different angles, and to show you how to come up with your own angles, conversions, ROAS, all of this stuff. So you can see also just how profitable this is. And I can tell you from experience here also with this particular product, we did start sending traffic to the Shopify store that the client had first. And this, just like I mentioned before, predictably converted about twice as well, sending them to the TikTok shop. So yes, it's more admin to have a Shopify store and a TikTok shop. You definitely want to do this when you're trying to expand your advertising and getting into tapping into TikTok customers. Before I go into these numbers though, if you haven't subscribed yet, you should do that. Ultimately, you're not going to find better information that you're going to find on this channel about how to make millions of dollars with ads, given it's coming from somebody who manages hundreds of ads at any given time and just shares what's working. Ultimately, I've got a great blog on my site. If you haven't checked that out yet, you check that out. If you're a fan of the channel already, you can buy that at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Also, I'm totally available to reach out to me, not only through the comment section of my videos. I try to get back to everybody who leaves me a comment, but also through my Discord that I've set up, which got a bunch of our channel subscribers on there, talking in there, sharing some really good stuff there. You can find a link to the Discord in the video description, as well as through my site at guaranteedppc.com. You can reach out to me for paid coaching and consulting. Done for you management of ads, so I can set up ads, landing pages, tracking systems to get you results and not charge unless you get a lift in your profitability of your ads up front, or make your ads profitable in general if you're just starting up. Also, ad templates. So one thing that we've done at our agency is realize a bunch of people want to manage their own ads. They don't care how good we can manage their ads for them. However, they want to shortcut their way to success, of which we worked in your market before. That is your niche, but in another city or country. We can sell you what we found works in your niche market already in another location, and you can just use it at your own location, get the same results we did without the years of testing that we had to do to figure out the best way to run ads in your market. And if you're trying to shortcut your way to success, the few grand that we charge for the template is going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in wasted ad spend to figure out what we had to figure out in that market. If you're interested in that, let me know as well. But going into the case study without further delay. So what we did here was we had 4 video ad angles here. After doing our research about what to do with the few competitors that were out there and so forth, one angle of which was to mention right up front on the video ad that everybody's removing their moles using this XYZ product, this new product that's out there, which taps into, of course, when everybody's doing something, everybody like the bandwagon effect, which gives something credibility. We had a second video ad that had taken the angle of like a body, I call it like body dysmorphia angle. So in other words, did you know that just a simple mole on your face can reduce your beauty score by XYZ%, but not to worry because they're very easy to remove at home. You just got to use this product. That was one really good angle that we came up with to run our ads with as well. Also, we did a third angle where we said, did you know you can remove a mole yourself without having to go to a doctor and get it frozen off, burnt off, of which, by the way, is painful. It's expensive. For as little as $50, you can get the same thing done. None of the drawbacks, and get it shipped to your door. Takes a couple days, boom, you get the result you want. That's the kind of angle we did as well. Also, final angle where we did an influencer. So pretty much every time that you run an ad campaign, an influencer that is doing a review of your product or celebrity is going to get you really good results. Why? Because people know that that person wouldn't lie, or way less likely to lie than some sleazy company talking about a product that they make money on selling directly. So, and way more so than any random UGC or customer that you could say that got results with your product. And the more recognizable the name, the higher the conversion rate you typically get. Given that that effect gets amplified, the more notable that person is. So it's worth it typically to pay somebody, celebrity, thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in some cases, just to get an endorsement of that celebrity, because once you get that endorsement, it's like all levels of skepticalness of that product goes away at that point in time. If you get Kim K to say your mole removal product works, nobody's going to question whether it works or not anymore. It's just a matter of, do I have the money to buy this and do I want it? And in a lot of markets, getting someone's trust is the hardest part of selling, of course. So anyway, those were the 4 angles. Now, what we had here was I took a standard just 6-month time frame where I took the clicks out of the account. I listed how many clicks, how many conversions, how much ROAS that we got testing these different angles, of which the first angle, everyone's using it. We had 3,200 roughly clicks. The angle with the body dysmorphia angle, we had 9,800 clicks roughly. The avoid the doctor angle, 4,800 clicks. And then the influencer ad had about 1,300 clicks. Now, as far as the conversions and ROAS go, now, the first ad that I mentioned here had 129 transactions that we had from that and a 236% ROAS, which I know that ROAS sounds low, but for a product that's in the beauty space, gross margins are like 80%, roughly speaking. This is actually okay. That said, the dysmorphia ad had 234 conversions and 191% ROAS during that 6-month time frame. So the ROI was less with that. Ultimately, we had, with the third video, 381 transactions and 451% ROAS. So avoid the doctor one worked the best, presumably because TikTok wasn't done a pretty good job of targeting people that were already in market for removing the mole one way or another, of which we know through market research that most people are going to want to do that through a dermatology clinic because they're not sure about products and so on and so forth. But, you still have to overcome then the level of trust that they need. But you'll ultimately the fact that it costs $200 to get the mole removal at a dermatology clinic and it's $50 for this, when somebody's broke, it's still pretty hard to resist. Then the influencer angle got us the most transactions, 505, with a 399% ROAS. So the ROAS wasn't the highest ROAS we had, but we had by far the most profit because we had way more transactions there than any of the other angles. So what does this tell you? The reason why I wanted to share this data and make this video here today, more than anything else that I said, was to know that when you're driving traffic to your shop, the quality of the traffic matters a lot. Of course, as I mentioned on this channel many times before, all you're mainly trying to do with your ads is get higher click-through rates, because higher click-through rates leads to lower cost per click. And then if you get more clicks for your budget, you're usually going to get more ROI from your budget. But that isn't always the case. Sometimes you could have video ads that get a whole lot of interest because they're interesting, but the traffic you're driving isn't as good of quality as what it was before with another ad that wasn't quite as upfront or aggressive or whatever. And so you don't actually end up making more profit at the end of the day, even though the click-through rate's higher. And that's your baseline metric to see which ads you have that are basically going to work the best for you. So with that said, ultimately, the ad that mentions that you could save money, that money you had allocated for the dermatologist, you can save money spending it in here, that got a much higher quality user to our TikTok shop than having an influencer saying the product would work, because it's not getting in front of the same person that is an in-market user. For the most part, just as a side tip, when you're marketing your products and services online, the first thing you always want to do is go after in-market users. Of course, everybody knows Google search ads as the top place for this, but everywhere you can advertise online that has a person that's almost ready to buy from a competitor, or have recently done research on who to buy from, what are the best options in the market, those people are highly profitable, and you want to go after them first before you go after people that are already in market or looking for your product or service. And so when you start to do that, it's the conversion rates on the traffic is just going to be less, which is why you reserve and wait to do that till later. So that's the main lesson I wanted to communicate to you here. Yes, you want high click-through rates, but you also want to be driving people that click through at a high rate, but then also through the messaging, you're getting in front of people that are going to respond well, that are in your in-market segment as a whole. That's what I want you to know here today more than anything else. But with that said, hopefully that all makes sense to you. And you run out there and you do set up a TikTok shop. You tried TikTok ads, it didn't work. Try setting up the shop and try it again, because that makes all the difference. And then once you've done that and you figured out which video ads could work and you tried a bunch, you probably will be able to make some money from the customers on TikTok that are available to you. There's not buyers for every niche on TikTok, but when you sell items for $200 or less, there usually is some customers there. It's just a matter of how many. The more expensive whatever you're selling is, the less likely TikTok ads is going to work, because you got people with short attention spans there, and it's hard to build enough trust, credibility, and rapport from a user there in order to make money, as is you could with a YouTube ad. Whereas if I'm selling something more advanced, I'm going to want to go there more. So I've got people with more attention spans. Even with a short video ad, I can drive them to a video sales letter on my website and keep them a lot longer. Versus if I try to do that with TikTok, good luck trying to get them to watch a video sales letter. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. If you want to see another video, click here. It is one of my best ones.